may or may not have caused someone to maybe rethink their marriage in an airport, and I'm talking about a complete stranger. Let's discuss. As you can see, blue wall and all, I am back home. I had a very, very early in the morning flight, and I'm talking about I was in the airport, in Miami airport to begin with, at 4 a.m. And so was a lovely couple that I may have caused a drift in their marriage. Let me tell you exactly what happened. Got to the airport bright and early, and I got to the gate, was just sitting and chilling. Right as Starbucks opens, which was right next to my gate, I walk over, order my coffee. There's a guy standing behind me. He orders a coffee. Didn't make anything of it. And the reason why I say this is because he ends up being the problem in the story. I go back over to my gate, I sit down, and he comes over to the exact same gate and sits literally 2 seats away from me. I'm like, okay, whatever. Didn't make anything of it. In walks in this woman. She has a baby Bjorn with a baby in it. She has the stroller. She has on her back what looked like a massive diaper bag, and she has 2 small kids. She literally had her hands full, and she was solo. The woman walks right over and sits right next to me in the empty seat between me and that gentleman with his coffee in his hand, sitting very comfortably. I'm like, okay, of all the seats, this was like an empty gate, she's sitting right next to me. Okay, so I look over to her and I'm like, can I help you in any which way? And she goes, no, I'm okay, don't worry about it. She turns over to the guy who's sitting right next to her and she goes, did you get me anything? I'm thinking in my head, I know this guy saw exactly what I saw. He didn't even flinch. This guy is clearly with her. You saw her coming in the way that she did, and you didn't even get up and like to help her. He then looks at her and says, well, you never told me you wanted anything, so no, I didn't get you anything. He sees the 2 boys that are being rambunctious, and they're literally like climbing all over the chairs, and the baby's crying on her. And he calls out one of the kids' names, who completely ignores him. And the woman sitting next to me and says, your dad's calling you. Yes, we live in a day and age where everybody has an opinion, and I am one of those people. There was a point in my life where I was in her situation where I had 3 small kids. I had 3 and 5 years. When I was with my kids, no matter any flight, anywhere, my husband was always with me, and he was always hands-on. He actually had the baby Bjorn on him throughout the years that we had kids in, like, for that size, more than I did, because he would always say, it's gonna hurt your shoulders, it's gonna hurt your back, let me carry. He had something, he was carrying a diaper bag, he was always hands-on. She's bending over trying to get stuff out of the diaper bag. She still has the baby crying on her. The 2 boys are being rambunctious. He's not moving, as if he is glued to that chair with a cup of coffee in his hand. I wanted to say, hey buddy, get up. Help out, do something. So now, as she's bending over trying to get something out of the diaper bag, the baby is like, being a little scrunched over because the baby's on her chest. And so the baby's wailing even more. The kids are calming down a little bit. Her 2 boys are calming down a little bit. I happen to have, don't ask why, I happen to have stickers in my bag. It's a little thing that my son knows about. So I called over the boys, and obviously the mom can see that I'm sitting right there. So I called over the boys come over, and I'm like, hey guys, do you want some stickers? Look, I have some stickers. Mom, is it okay? So she goes, yeah, thank you so much. They sat on the floor. I gave them the stickers, themselves busy. The baby's still wailing. And I said to her, Mom, can I help you in any way? Do you want me to get you something? Do you want me to help you out? And her husband says, no, she's good, thanks. And I got so pissed. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I wasn't asking you. This is where I may have caused an issue, because they start calling out that they're boarding. As I'm walking over to go board, she looks over to him and she goes, I can't believe that I have to depend on a stranger asking me if she can help me with your kids and your baby. Ooh, the drama. I have been seeing more and more in the airport and on the plane where the mom is dealing with everything, and the guy that's the father or the father figure or the boyfriend or whatever you want to call them in your life is sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Fast forward, we obviously both landed in the exact same airport. So we get to New York. I did hear their voices as I was passing the baggage claim to go to the exit. They were arguing. And I will say, he did have the baby in with the baby Bjorn on his chest as I was passing them by. He had the stroller in his hand. He had the two kids on the side of the stroller that he was like holding and gripping with his hands to make sure they don't start running away. And she had called over somebody to come and help them with their luggage. Meanwhile, the two of them were bickering the whole time, and all I could hear him say is, "This is not my responsibility. This is not my job. This is not my job." Like, shut the I will say that I did see from the corner of my eye as I was passing by that he was giving me the death stare, but not as deep as I was giving him when we were sitting at the gate. So I think I win.